was a tragic figure in certain ways. I don't know that he necessarily viewed himself that way. He was interested in excellence, and he made a lot of decisions that we won't call bad decisions, but they had very unfortunate outcomes. And so I think that he was often a disappointed man. So just as a human being, he makes a series of decisions that later he either regrets or they simply don't come out the way that he wants them to. For instance, he decides to go to West Point. And for a long time, historians thought that his mother had thought that it was a way to get a free education. But what we know now from new material, he says, "How I wish that I had taken my mother's advice and never joined the army." And he says that just a year after he leaves West Point. And then every year after that, he thinks, maybe I should leave the army. Maybe a ripe pear will fall into my lap from the private sector, and I can leave the army and go be a civil engineer and so on. So he regrets it over a long period of time. And then at the end of his life, he says something that I do think is very tragic. He says to a friend of his, "The great mistake of my life was to take a military education." Well, this, in terms of Lee's life, is to regret your whole life. And so I see him as a very disappointed man personally.